All right, we are live. Hi, everyone. My name is Dee. This is Everyday VR, and today we are going to be playing Lucky's Tale. Let me go ahead and bring up the title card here. Let's see, what's the easiest way? So, Lucky's Tale, I'm talking into my headset because I'm using the headset microphone, so that's what's going on. I'll show you this description when I'm in VR in a minute, but Lucky's Tale is basically a VR platformer, very similar to a classic 3D Mario game like Mario 64, or games similar to that, or Mario Galaxy, without like any of the weird gravity mechanics. It's a very simple platformer with its own mascot character, Lucky the Fox, who we are going to meet in a minute. It was originally designed to be played with the Xbox One gamepad, and you can still play it with that, and it works fine. It was a Rift launch title back when the Oculus Touch didn't exist and everything was on the gamepad. These days we have Oculus Touch. It does support Oculus Touch. You can play with Oculus Touch, but the actual motion controllers are not used for very much. Most of it is still basically using Touch as a gamepad. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump in VR. Last time I tried to start this stream, I had a huge amount of technical problems. Like the game wouldn't start, I couldn't restart the service, everything was dying, so I think it's going to be okay this time. Let me know if there are any problems on your end. I think it's going to be fine. All right, here we are inside the Oculus home. If you haven't seen this before, we're just chilling on a rooftop. There's our apartment, which looks pretty fancy. Here's a radio that we can turn on, play some music. A bunch of chill, smooth jazz on this radio. And as you can see, just like in real life, it is a beautiful night here in Oculus Home. This is Lucky's Tale. It's a 6.1 gigabyte launch title for the Rift, developed by Playful. As far as I know, this is the only title Playful has done in VR. They've done other titles for other platforms, but this was their first foray into VR. And there was a lot of experimentation they had to do regarding how to do a third-person platformer in a VR setting. Lucky's Tale is a delightful platforming adventure game designed exclusively for the Oculus Rift. This was an Oculus Rift exclusive. It did not launch in Steam, on Vive, and anything else, largely because they got a big amount of money from Oculus to help develop the game, and so exclusivity was their return on the deal. Join Lucky as he runs, jumps, climbs, and spins his way through a bright, colorful world filled with thrilling challenges and wacky creatures. By the way, a lot of people are not aware that this game actually came for free with the Rift. I believe it's still free. You can check me on that. But basically anyone who bought a Rift got this game for free. It was one of the free titles at the original launch of the Rift. So it's been a long time me getting around to playing it. Needless to say, this launched a long time ago. Controller, touch as gamepad. English, French, German, Spanish, and Korean. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in the game and pray it works this time. If anyone jumps in to the chat, just give me a shout. This logo is super close to my face. It's like right up here. So is this logo. Hey, Lucky. I see you. He looks like he's like 4 inches tall and I can reach over and pet him. Check it out. Here are our touch controls. If you're used to playing this game with the gamepad, you might have never seen the touch controls before. So first of all, this is the world of Lucky's Tale. In this world, Lucky is, like I said, about 4 to 6 inches tall from my perspective, maybe 10 centimeters. He has this pal Piggy, who is a piggy bank. and they're playing and having fun. This is Lucky's house where he lives with Piggy. And everything looks like a lot small, like Lucky's not the size of a person. This windmill's not the size of a real windmill. I can almost reach to the top of it. Everything is miniature. The whole world is miniature. Although that tree is pretty big, but it's only as big as like a real shrub or bush. Like it's not the size of a giant tree. Anyway, so these are the touch controls. Tail swipe. You can use the second button on either controller. You can jump with the second button on either controller. You can move with either stick. So the controls are very symmetric, or you can do a belly flop with the trigger. And you can click in the left stick to center the camera or the right stick to access your options. So, pretty basic. I'm probably gonna move with the left stick and use the buttons on the right controller so I can hit them both at the same time. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in this game. So, this is really close to my face. Can I get this a bit farther? Nope, this is the proper distance. Select profile. So everything is really high res here. This is one of the sharpest games for the Rift. Can I set options? Okay, so I've won the game in Profile 1 and completed like 66% of my objectives, of the possible objectives in the game. I'm gonna jump to a brand new open profile and start the story. Notice how this changes to a pointer hand when I approach certain objects. You can use that to do some basic interactions with certain objects. That's one of the things they added. And they added touch support, but it's not like an integral part of the gameplay by any means. Here we are, in Lucky's house.
Lucky and Piggy are the best of friends. They curl up to sleep
Aww.
when the day ends.
I wish I had time to look at all the
But
cool shit in this house. Oh
crept in,
shit.
looking for a treat.
Shit. Evil Octopus is here.
And took Mr. Piggy as
No.
something to eat. Pig gave a yelp, and Lucky leapt from bed. He raced off to help
I'm coming, Piggy! I'm coming!
as the wily Glorp fled. A golden coin trail showed him the way. This is Lucky's tale, and it's time to play.
Let's get that pig. We're gonna get it back. That's our best friend. Here we are. Hi, Lucky. So the first thing Lucky does in this game, he looks straight up at you. He's like, yo, it's time to go. Let's roll. He's super happy and chill, even though his best friend literally just got kidnapped. I guess he's just that kind of dude. Your controllers usually show up as a ghost like this when you're using touch controllers, but if you approach Lucky, he will watch your finger. That's one thing you can do with the touch controller. You cannot poke him. I want to be able to poke him. I want to, like, pet his little fox head, but I can't. That's fine. Let's go ahead, Lucky. So you can collect coins. I'm not entirely clear what collecting coins is good for. Obviously there's modes where you have to collect coins, but most of the time I think they're just for bonus points. Some of them are hidden, like these coins here. Ooh, and those ones in the crates. You can see the animations here are really fluid and high quality, as well as just the resolution. It might be hard for you guys to see because on the screen everything looks high quality, but in the Rift, like, hey, in the Rift, the resolution in this game is like perfect. Every edge perfectly sharp, right down to the resolution of the display. At least when I have my current settings on my maxed out graphics card, it looks really, really good. You can see I have quality set to high. So at this quality setting, like it really looks just amazing. And every little edge looks perfectly crisp and clear. At least as crisp and clear as you can get on an Oculus Rift. And it's definitely one of the best graphical demonstrations of the platform, I think. Also because you have all these vivid colors, and that creates this really powerful contrast. Give me your money! So these things, you get money out of them. If you hit them enough times, penguins come out. Or seagulls. I don't know why. You can double jump, of course. You get 2 jumps in this game, and only 2 jumps. Give me your coins. Every last coin. That's a good lucky. You can bounce off these things. So this game has several modes. The default mode is just an adventure mode where the goal is to finish each level. This is the easiest mode, of course. Then there are some time trial modes, which are a bit more challenging. And there's a third mode that I'm not remembering right now. I will get to that as soon as we finish a level. You actually are forced to play multiple modes. You cannot just play adventure mode because you need a certain number of goals, objectives finished in order to progress to the next level in the game. We'll get to that. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. This is a climbing wall. I like the climbing walls because he just looks cute climbing up them. I don't think his hands are making proper contact with it. There's kind of a gap. But that's fine. Alright. Ooh. So many hidden stuff here. You can hit things and get a little reward. There we go. Look at all these butterflies. Oh, they're so... I wish I could just catch them. Oh, he gets excited.
Hi there.
Hi! Okay, enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and... Ooh, some coins back here. Can't forget those. Got a checkpoint. As soon as you get a checkpoint, it's a save point. If you die, you can come back here. I don't think there's any, like, lives in this game, so I don't think, like, you can eventually die and have to, like, quit the whole level. I might be wrong about that. Oh, there are lives. 5 lives. Okay, if I lose those lives, I assume it's like Mario. I have to quit the level and start it over. I think it saves your progress each time you finish a level, so it's not like you have to start from the beginning of the game. Time for the underground. So these are the sections that a lot of people like the most in Lucky's Tale. They're kind of 2D side-scrolling, except in VR. Like, if you were gonna adapt, like, the original Super Mario Brothers to VR, this would be an amazing way to do it. Just, like, have a little, like, have this block of rock, and just carve this tunnel through it, and just move your guy left to right through this tunnel. These are just props, they don't do anything, but you can swipe them. And this gets you back out. And I'm back in the world. So you guys couldn't really tell, but when I was down there, Lucky appeared to be considerably smaller. Ooh, hidden diamonds.
Hello.
Hi. When I was down there, Lucky appeared to be about half the size he normally is, so the whole world was even more miniature than usual. By the way, that was totally optional. I could have just jumped over here. But that was just getting you introduced to the underground segments. So they adjust the scale of the world from time to time, but most of the time when you're in the overworld, when you're in the normal level, Lucky just looks this size, 4 to 6 inches. Alright, that's one section of the level done. Now we load up the next one. It does a pretty good job hiding loading time. There's very few instances where you'll notice any problems with like loss of head tracking due to loading. It does that black screen between levels to try and hide some of the loss of head tracking you would otherwise notice. At the time this game was shipped, there was no asynchronous space warp, so they basically had to keep everything running at 90 frames a second all the time. They had time warp, but time warp doesn't deal adequately with lateral motion of your head or translational motion, or with animations for that matter. So instead, they've just really done their best to try and keep it running at 90 frames a second all the time. Now these days, you can play Lucky's Tale with Space Warp, and you don't have to worry about maintaining the full frame rate constantly, which is good, because some parts in this game really do challenge the frame rate. I want this. Can I have it? There we go. Forgot I could butt stomp. Ooh, just got an extra life. That's cool. So this game is, in a lot of ways, a lot like Mario 64. Has a lot of the same moves, has a lot of the same types of enemies. The lead character is very similar. So it's definitely in that... Oops, I did not mean to knock that over. And into the water it goes. Hopefully nobody needed that vase. So now we start to get piranha plants. Again, a very Mario-style enemy. This whole game's very Mario-style. Nintendo has not yet made any kind of official commitment to VR. So I think it'll be a long time before we see a real proper Mario game in VR. So for now, we will content ourselves with things like this. And this is a good game in its own right. Like people say, it's derivative, meaning that it's very, very similar to Mario games and other popular platformers, Ratchet and Clank, all that kind of thing. And it is, but it has its own adorable character, and it's very carefully designed for VR. It has very fluid animation that's constantly running at 90 frames a second, which is not something you're used to seeing in platformers. It really helps you to make those split-second decisions during jumps to make sure you're landing in exactly the right spot, because it updates so frequently. There are a lot of coins in this level. I like the design in this one. Check this out. Just all these plant vines coming up. And seashells, and it's just a really gorgeous design in this little underground level. And like I said, he looks a lot smaller here. I think he looks about, I would say, 2 to 3 inches tall in this little underground view. I knocked him over with my face. Okay, let's go. Let me make sure that my streaming is set up correctly. I'm pretty sure it is. Just gotta make sure. Okay, so I got some concurrent viewers, got some people watching, so everything seems to be working fine. If there's any trouble with the audio or anything else, jump in chat, give me a shout. I want to make sure that you guys have a good experience. Ooh, a present. Let's get this. Nice. You found a present. Press Y in the storybook to view your presents. One thing I really like about this game that other platformers don't really have, if you're playing like Mario 64 and you're running along, like this is your view, what you're seeing in front of you right here. And you can move the camera like around your character, but you cannot like move it wherever you want to. Whereas here, like I can actually lift my head and I can look up at this part of the level. I can see here part of the level, I can see here. I can look forward into the parts of the level I haven't reached yet. I can feel like the whole level just being built all around me and being able to look at it, any part of it I want to at any time. So it gives you this freedom of observation that normal platformers just do not have. I don't feel like for example, I can look over there and see like this whole part of the level with like a bridge and the spiny thing and circling coins and a little climbing wall. I'm not there yet. And normally you wouldn't be able to oh, hi there. Hi. Normally you wouldn't be able to see all that stuff coming up in the level until you actually get there. Here you get a little preview of what's to come, and that effectively lets you plan a little bit better. But I don't think it's effectively worked into the mechanics of the game. It's really just kind of fits into your planning and into the feel of the game, into the atmosphere. Anyway. Baby piranha plants never try to hurt me, not like their big purple parents. This guy always looks happy, so I don't know why he's always trying to kill me. If you're happy, you should not be trying to kill people. I think that or foxes, for that matter. I think that's a general rule. No offense to all the fox hunters out there. Ooh, a fish. Oh, the fish is gone. Check out this water wheel. Can I jump on it? Nope, I cannot. There's an invisible wall. Ooh, I got an egg. Let me see if I can throw this egg at this guy. Oh, hey, I got a chicken. This chicken will follow me and help me out. Okay, I still gotta get up there to that bridge. Let's go. Honestly, even though they added very little to these touch controllers, basically nothing other than being able to like poke your hand out and have Lucky look at it, I still feel a lot better when I can like just... It gives you an idea of how... Ooh, hearts. Gives you an idea of exactly where things are in space when I can like trace my hand along them like this. And you can see how big they are. Like here's Lucky, here's the post. And you can get an idea also of just how close they are to me, that I can just reach out and touch them just like that. And that gives you a feeling for the scale of the world and how it's miniature in a way that you just don't really get with watching someone playing on a gamepad. Like, if I were playing on a gamepad, I would still know it's miniature, I would still know it's 2 feet from my face, but it would be harder for you guys to tell. Anyway, time for some bomb throwing. This is one of the few mechanics in the game that uses the headset directly for something other than looking around. You look at your target, and then, so that's what the sign means. You look at your target, then you hit the button to throw. Ooh, nice animation. Notice how those boards actually hit my face and like fell around me? There's actually a collider around my head that's stopping things from just falling through my head, which is an interesting little touch. Notice how I can move Lucky around when I'm not looking directly at him, like this, and it does move the camera, but it's pretty disorienting because I could run him right off a cliff when I'm looking away and not even notice. So I really recommend you just keep an eye on him whenever you're moving him. Like, you can like jump him in place while you're not watching, because that's pretty safe. But if you're going to be moving him, you really want to keep an eye on him. He's your friend. You don't want him drowning, because he drowns really, really easily. Boom! I was noticing some frame drops when some of those targets exploded. This game does not have a perfect frame rate, but it does a very good job at keeping its frame rate up most of the time. Oh, I hate these bees. So this chicken... What is the deal with this chicken? I think the longer you avoid the chicken, the more coins you get. I think that's how it works. I'm not very good with the chicken. Hey there. Hey, little owl. Whoops. So Lucky likes to shove away the little owls for their own protection. Get out of here. 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 Go, go, go. It's actually really adorable. Okay. Enough of that. Okay, those are all taken care of. Here are some more. These guys are pretty easy if you just use the jump and butt pound. You can just land right on top of them and destroy them. So they're pretty easy. You start to get them some more difficult enemies a bit later on. This guy's not bad either. Almost all the enemies in the game, you can usually just jump and butt pound them like that, and it'll pretty much take care of them. That's part of what makes this game not quite as great as like a true Mario game. Is it really has limited diversity in enemy types. It has limited diversity in moves, particularly useful moves. But again, this was like, I give this game a lot of leeway because it was really at the inception of the platform that they were ready. At a time when VR was still just a huge gamble and the market didn't exist yet at all, they were already building this. So I give them a lot of credit for building just a high quality, polished, high frame rate experience at a time when very few were building for VR at all. Anyway. Hey fish. 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 Okay, so the deal with the balloon is you want to jump onto that rope and you want to do it as high as possible. If you get the checker flag, you get maximum points. So you always want to go for that. But you have to wait until the balloon drifts down to get the best spot on the flag. And go. There we go. Again, the flags in the rope are very similar to the flags at the end of Mario. But in that game, they were just fixed. Whereas here the balloon floats up into the air afterwards, and you can look up to watch it go. So they add a little bit of head motion into that animation. Notice they could have moved the camera with the balloon and lifted you up with it, but they chose to force you to look up to watch it go, and they felt like that felt better. So there's a lot of cool little things in there where they kind of incorporate VR in very subtle, unexpected ways. Alright, so that was story mode for the very first level, Leaving Home. Now it's time to get real and do the time trial mode. So I can just go ahead to the Rainbow Forest if I want to. Notice how before you start a level, you get this little miniature. So I don't think these miniatures are actually miniatures of the level. Notice how that's my house over there, and that bridge was not anywhere near my house. It didn't look like that. But it has a lot of the features of things you see in the level. Like those targets were in the level somewhere. These guys were in the level. Hey there. This water was in the level. These trees, my house. These are all things that were in the level. So it's more of a thematic miniature or a diorama of the level than it is an actual miniature representation of the level, which is fine because otherwise it would be so tiny you wouldn't be able to make out any detail. Rainbow Forest, as you can see, it's going to have plenty of windmills, and it's going to have some logs for jumping on. But before I jump into Rainbow Forest, I'm going to go back to Leaving Home, and I'm going to do it faster. I'm going to try and get the time trial. If I can get 132, I get the Golden Paw, which I think is worth... I don't remember what it's worth. I don't know what I get for that exactly. I think I get points of some kind. Let's go ahead and open that present, though. Just gonna hit my Y button. Press A to open. Aww, it's Lucky and Piggy. Check that out. They are the best of friends. Okay. $132. Can I do it? Let's find out. We're gonna do this ultra fast. Ready, set? So this is not just doing the story mode over again. This is doing something slightly different. I have to follow this chicken. And I have to get all of those diamonds in the correct order. If I do them in the wrong order, I get a time penalty. So I have to do them, always get the green one. The green one is always the next one. Alright, let's do it, chicken. 1 minute 32, let's go. Okay, I can do this. Everything's going great. I skipped that climbing wall because climbing is slow. The underground's not even here. This is all... Okay, so far so good. I kind of clipped over that door. I could imagine people speedrunning these time trials. Oh, come on, you stupid chicken. I'm running low on time. Oh, I should have known the next one was down here. Okay. Oh shit, I lost a heart. If you die, obviously your whole trial is forfeit. So you have to be careful about that. Okay, let's make it up there. Go, go. I don't know if I'm gonna make the gold time. I should at least make the bronze time because I'm not terrible. Come on. Come on. Okay. You can do it, Lucky. I believe in you. And there's the cup. There's my goal. 143? Is that good? What was my goal? 132? Well, I got silver. I'll settle for silver. If I had shaved off another 11 seconds, I could have gotten gold, but I'll settle for silver for now. So I now have 2 of these paw symbols. I'm gonna need these to unlock future levels. For example, if I go to Twilight Towers, well, it tells me I have to complete the previous level. But in addition to completing the previous level, you need to eventually get more paw tokens in order to continue to progress. And that's how they force you to try all of the modes. By the way, you cannot do the time trial or find red coins mode until you have already completed the story mode for that level. I should do the find red coins challenge really quick. This is a pretty fast one too. So there's actually an audio cue to help you find them. If you listen carefully, it uses spatialized audio to give you a hint where the next red coin is. I hear one. It's right here. There we go. So just listen carefully, and if you're anywhere near it, you will hear it calling out to you. And if you're very careful, if you just turn up your volume nice and loud, and you have your headphones on properly, you should always be able to hear where they're coming from. You just have to get close enough to them. There you are. 5 of 5. So far, so good. I think I just have to progress directly to the next area. Is that all? That can't be all of them. I think there's 5 in this beginning portion, and like 20 in the rest. Let's go check it out.
Come on.
I hear you. You're not getting away. You think you're sneaky. You're not sneaky. Red coins. Okay, yeah, there are 20 in this section, so there's a lot more to find in this section. Notice again, a red coin challenge, as an alternate way of completing a level, is precisely what Mario 64 did. So, derivative is a very apt term, I think. That's not to say it's not fun. But there are a lot of similarities. I feel like it kind of made sense for them to focus on solving the problems of camera locomotion in VR, and while keeping it comfortable, to focus on the problems of keeping up frame rate while achieving this stylized cartoon style. Rather than focus on trying to innovate as a platformer. And I'm sure that the game itself and the mechanics has some innovations, but mostly this is pretty much an exercise in taking an existing genre and all of its familiar mechanics and just figuring out how to port it properly into a VR setting. I love the sound of that water wheel. It just sounds like it's roaring through that water. I really hope I didn't miss any. If you miss any, you have to go back and search for them everywhere. It takes forever. It's a giant pain. Okay. Oh, there's one. I see you. There's another. Oh my god. There's so many on these, what do you call these? Battering rams? By the way, a fun thing you can do here, if you, if you do not shoot the targets right away, you can continue grabbing more and more bombs, and you can actually fire them way over there on those guys, and actually kill some of them before you even get over there. So that's a nice way to just save some effort. I hear you. I hear you beeping at me. Come on. Be careful not to fall off. Alright. By the way, I feel like that teleport pad's a little bit silly, because all it did was teleport me back across the bridge. And I could have walked that in like 10 seconds. They are big on avoiding backtracking in this game, like any kind of backtracking, even a little bit. Again, if you die, I'm pretty sure you have to restart the whole challenge, so I'd better be careful about that. One of the problems with the Oculus controllers, the touch controllers especially, is you tend to hit the start button accidentally a lot when you're pressing things with your thumb. It's kind of, people have called it the equivalent of hitting a Windows key when you're in a game and popping up out of the game. It's very annoying. I kind of wish sometimes there was a way to just like make it so I had to long press it or double press it or something so I stopped pressing it accidentally. But I understand that they needed to make it as accessible as possible. No! Lucky, no!
Aw.
What has he done to you? Okay, well. Apparently I don't lose any of the coins I've already collected, so that's cool. I just have to go back to where I was as quickly as possible. If I ran out of lives, of course I'd have to start over. That's another way this game's different from like a Mario 64. It's definitely got some of the conveniences of a more modern game, where there's less having to redo things, there's less having to start over the whole game. There's just a lot more leeway and a lot more flexibility. Although I do have to redo these targets. That's fine. I can show you what I was talking about with the bombs now. I am not hitting these guys. There we go. Lucky has a really strong throwing arm. There's an invisible wall here, so I can't hit this guy unless I go around it. There we go. These guys will not give me any more trouble. I'm gonna stay alive and healthy. I cannot hit that guy because of an invisible wall, unfortunately. Okay, you're not gonna hit me this time. I will not allow it. There we go. Let's hatch this chicken. Hey, chicken. I really don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do with this chicken. Whether I'm just supposed to avoid it, whether I'm supposed to catch it. They never entirely explain it. Ow! I gotta be more careful where I'm jumping. I hear one. It's very close. There you are. They like to hide things around corners. I feel like the sound kind of almost makes it too easy, but also makes it a lot less frustrating. Because it would be very easy to get super annoyed by this challenge. Hey, fish. There we go. Notice how they have a teleport warp here? If you got here and failed to find all 25 coins, this would take you back to the beginning so that you could try again. Because they never want you to be walking Lucky back through the level the way you came, because that's kind of difficult because of the way the camera is always facing in one direction. So they always try and just teleport you back if you need to go back. That's one of the guiding design goals of this game. I believe they've talked about that in interviews. Hey Rado Dibbenhado. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. A lot of people have finished this game because it's been around a while. It is a great game though. There's actually quite a bit of content to play if you do all of the modes and get like gold paws on every time trial. You can be playing this for a while. What prizes did I get? Okay, I don't have any more prizes yet. That's fine. Rainbow Forest. Let's jump in here. I don't remember anything about Rainbow Forest. Apparently it consists of a series of rock monsters, red birds, and windmills. I can handle this. So that's one thing I love about this game, is how in a typical platformer, I would just start seeing this. And I'm like, what does this mean? This tells me nothing about what's going to be in this level. There's just green. But here, I can just turn my head up and I can be like, oh, well, there's going to be a rock monster and birds and a climbing cliff and a windmill. And then over there's some other shit, like mushrooms, and that's it. Like, it's that easy to just see what's coming in the game. You just look. And there's nothing more intuitive when it comes to camera control than just looking around and using your actual head to just look where you want to look. And remember, like, for those of you who remember Mario 64, the camera controls in that were elaborate and actually kind of bad. Like, they had the ability to, like, zoom in the first person, and they had the ability to zoom in close and get farther away and to rotate around Mario. But it was all super awkward and very hard to use in a useful or precise way. And it was quite limited. You could not, for example, move the camera to the left or right of Mario so that he was not centered on the screen any longer. Whereas here, because your head is the camera, you have a lot more flexibility, and at the same time, it's a lot more intuitive. And that's part of the magic of VR, is that camera control has gone from being some weird thing you control with a combination of buttons to being a thing you control with your head by looking around in the most natural possible way. Alright, let's get this guy. So I shouldn't say that not all the camera control in this game is with your head. Some of it is about the camera following Lucky and always staying at the same distance from Lucky and doing that in a smooth way. So notice when Lucky starts running away, it does not immediately just snap to exactly where he's going. It doesn't move at the same speed and in the same direction that Lucky moves. If I run in a circle, the camera does not run in a circle. Or if it does, it's running in a... It's kind of a delayed reaction. It's kind of trying to follow this smooth, comfortable curve. And some people still find this uncomfortable. Some people still can't play this because they're just very susceptible to VR sickness. But for most people, I think Lucky's Tale is actually one of the more comfortable titles on the platform. And notice how, like, when I'm running... If this were a first-person game and I was going like this with Lucky, like, it doesn't matter how prone you are to VR sickness. You're gonna get sick if you're just spinning in a circle like this. But Lucky needs to be able to have a lot of dexterity and execute a lot of complex moves in order to evade enemies and climb obstacles and do all that. And by making it third person, they're able to have Lucky perform all these athletic feats without your camera just moving in this wild, disorienting fashion. And that's kind of the reason I think that third person is still so necessary in VR. Like, it's cool to be the character and, like, live inside their body, but sometimes, like, you are not athletic enough to live inside their body. It's just really not possible. Ooh, spin, spin. Alright. Look at the size of this windmill. This is one of the biggest things in the game. This windmill looks like it's like 12 feet tall. And this is a miniature world, so can you imagine how large it must be to them? Like, it's gotta be like 100 feet or something, like the size of a 10-story building. I like this little tunnel with these gears inside it. It's just a nice, cool design to reflect this giant windmill overhead. I don't think I'm gonna have time to play through the whole game tonight, so I'm gonna make this a part 1. But I do want to at least play through a few different levels to get you an idea of the kind of variety that you can expect in this game. There we go. So I got those coins and I got access to this underground. Again, we are super miniature Lucky now. You can see, I like how they put these fossils in the walls. Make it feel a bit more like a mysterious underground lair. Got some webs going on. Can I touch those? Nope. I wish I could touch more things. Oh, hey there. Notice how they put these beams in front and you kind of have to look around them? And that gets you using the positional tracking of the headset in a natural kind of way. That's a cool design. And notice they also hid some coins behind here, so they were using it for that functional purpose as well. There's a lot of cases where they were really creative about how to exploit the capabilities of the headset to use somehow as part of the game. Alright, I'm glad to be back out under the sun. When I'm down there, I really feel this claustrophobic feeling, like I'm really being buried alive. And out here, it feels nice, like I'm out in the open in a park or something. I really feel like it's the middle of the day, and everything is fun and chill. Like, you don't realize how much just having the sky in your peripheral vision gives you this powerful sense of, it is daytime, and I need to be awake, and I need to be out in the world. Like, I don't feel like it's bedtime at all. I'm gonna take off this headset and be like, how did the sun set so fast? Whoa, I'm in the tree. Okay. So one of the problems with VR in general is figuring out what to do if someone tries to just stick their head through the geometry. In this game, they just have it kind of clip inside the geometry, and you're not supposed to do it. You're just supposed to not do that. Most of the time, the camera avoids the geometry, and so as long as you keep your head near the center, you won't have a problem. In other games, like Lone Echo, it's actually impossible. It's actually impossible to put your head through anything because of how the motion works in those games. If you try to, it'll actually push your whole body back, and that's another way of doing it. In other games, like I Expect You to Die, if you try and put your head through something, it'll actually turn the world black, it'll fade to black, and then you'll bring your head out, and it'll be all normal again. So everyone has a different approach. Alright, what can I do here? There we go, give me your money. I hate those birds. Those birds are gonna cause me tons of trouble when I do the time trial, because I actually have to jump off them to climb these walls as quickly as possible. Ooh. Undersea platforms. I love how they drip water after they come out. How they make those little water rings around them. It reminds me a lot of the animation in Wind Waker. I'm not going to spend this whole time comparing this game to a Nintendo game. It is a lot like a Nintendo game, though. Like, anyone who says that VR cannot do a stylized graphics, or that it's not suitable for children, or anything like that, like, just show them this game. Like, this game is colorful, it's bright, it's very suited for kids, it's fun for kids. This is like it very much proves that VR is not all about like first person, ultra realistic, like shooter simulators, like Arkham Asylum or like Killing Field. There are a lot of other things to do. Honestly, first-person shooters have almost been, like, entirely neglected in VR.
Hi there.
Hey, can you not jump up here? Is there an invisible wall that for some reason we are... they do that a lot. I really don't like invisible walls. I like it better when the terrain forms a natural wall. But sometimes they have to, because sometimes they didn't even notice it was possible for someone to get somewhere until after they already designed the art. Ooh, nice bunch of coins. Thank you. And here are some more. Alright, back where we started. Notice that's another example of using a teleporter to move backwards in the stage, because if I had tried to just walk backwards, let me show you how difficult that would be. I might actually die trying to do this. So I have to move toward the camera, and the problem is as I move toward the camera, Lucky gets super up in my face, the camera kind of drifts backwards, but backwards locomotion never really feels very good. So you can do it, but it feels really awkward and tricky. Because you can't see where Lucky's jumping to, you just kind of have to guess. Or kind of look down and see, and looking down doesn't feel good, so I definitely see why they put those teleporters in there. Ow! I need to be more careful around these spinies. Gotta get the timing right on those. You don't want to land on them just as their spikes come out. Stop smashing my boxes! I need those. Woo! Free life. I have a feeling I'm not gonna run out of lives in this playthrough. Ooh. There is stuff hidden in these plants. I did not know that. Excellent, excellent. I feel like I'm in Zelda again, like just cutting the bushes, looking for money. There are so many coins in here. I had no idea how many. Okay, I think I got them all. Alright. And I got a checkpoint, hey. Always nice to get a checkpoint right after I collect a bunch of money. This is one of those games where I think it's actually advantageous to get a checkpoint, like when you have like 99 coins, because if you lose a life, I think it resets you to 99 coins, and that's easy to get another life, so you don't run out of lives. Alright, I'm watching you, spiny face. This time I'm not going to try and jump on him, I'm just going to do that. That's much easier. Notice how its eyes look down at me as I approach? The enemies definitely look like they're paying attention to you, and that's a nice little touch. But the only one who sees you, the player, is Lucky himself. He periodically looks up at you. He's like, hi, like that. But all the other enemies just never notice you. Again, notice how when I jumped down there, it did not just rush the camera right after him at the same speed. It just kind of drifted gently down toward him. Also, for some reason, Lucky falls like really slowly. He does not accelerate according to gravity. He just has a super low terminal velocity. He's almost like a flying squirrel. Oh my god, so many colored coins! Oh god, I'm never gonna get them all. I'm never gonna get them all. Oh shit, I wanted those. Usually if you collect all the colored coins, you get some kind of big bonus coin. Okay, let's get this guy. So there's the next part of the level. As you can see, we're gonna have some trouble on that slope. And there's a bunch of piranha plants just waiting to gang up on us. Alright, I'm ready. And we're back underground. Let's see if I can knock some of these guys out. Notice there's no targeting with the ball. You pretty much just have to kind of walk toward the enemy and then throw it. As opposed to the bombs, which are directly targeted with your face, and they're a lot easier to aim. Whoa, I just killed some dudes. I did not expect that. Okay. Got all those coins. Hey there, dragonfly. That dragonfly is actually not an enemy. It's just a cool dragonfly hanging out underground. Looks like a real dragon. Oh, it fell down. Is it because I bumped it with my face? Oh, it is. Aw, poor dragonfly. Aw, and a little frog. Hello, little frog. Aw, I injured the little frog. It's okay. He'll forgive me. Alright, let's get on here. And we're out. Alright, we're back in the overworld. Those dandelions are really cool. Like, they just spread their little petals everywhere. And it's like this big stereoscopic cloud. Alright. Oh, Jesus, look at the size of that guy. He's enormous. He or she, I don't know. Some kind of giant insect. And the music changes, because of course it does. I want every one of these coins. I don't care if I die trying. Scrooge McDuck didn't try if he died trying to get money. That's what I learned from my childhood. Okay, there we go. I think I'm safe now. Whoa, nearly ran right into that. And I got the checkpoint. I want those last coins though. Oh shit! Shit, I nearly fell off. There we go. I should have done that before I got the checkpoint, but fuck it. Alright. I wish I could get up there and kill that motherfucker. Pushing all those logs after me. Where did you even get an infinite supply of spiky logs? Alright. Let's keep going. Oops. I really hate these bees. I have to jump on them if I want that money. I think I have to do it from up here. There we go. Got the money, and I'm back on my way. And I killed some bees, so everybody's happy, except the bees. Oh my gosh, the balloon! We did it! So, as you can see, this is a bit harder than the first one. If I want to get high up on the balloon, I have to jump on the birds, and I have to time it, so I get to the top right as the balloon comes down. So let's see if I can do this. Oh my god, I already failed. Oh my god, seriously? Seriously? Good enough! See you later, Lucky. Bye-bye. Alright, that was Rainbow Forest. I did not do too great in that level. That's okay, I still got the gift. Let's see what's inside. Bees! Just what I always wanted, bees. Okay then. They're pumped because it's movie night. Time to watch The Bees again. I'm not even entirely sure what movie they're referencing. Buzzkill. Oh, its name is Buzzkill. I get it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the time trial on this one for now. I'm gonna go on to the third level, and we're gonna play through Twilight Towers. Just to give you a feeling for the very different atmospheres these different levels have. And I think this is gonna be my last level for tonight, for part 1. So let's go ahead and jump into Twilight Towers. You can see it's gonna have logs and frogs. And more windmills for sure. And it's gonna be darker, more sober, as you can tell from this 360 background. And the name Twilight. Hey there, Lucky. It's a beautiful evening. Time for a level beneath the stars. This reminds me, oh, this whole level's so beautiful, like with the lanterns and the night sky. It reminds me of like going out to a dance under the stars. So pretty. I don't know what that lever did. I'm gonna assume it was important. I started this level with close to 100 coins, which is good. I think I need to ride... Oh, I started this platform. That's what I did. Okay, well, let's get up there. See if there's... If this is a shortcut, I'm gonna come back down. Because I don't want to use a shortcut. Oh, it's... Is this a shortcut? I can't really tell. There we go. I got an extra life. Oh, look at how beautiful this hall is. I'm gonna get over there and get my gift. Oh, look, there's more. It's a bit hard for you guys to see the invisible coins. I can see them pretty clearly, because they do create this distortion field that's very apparent in the stereoscopic view. Alright. Got my third present. We'll find out what's inside after we finish this level. What is going on down there? Do I want to be taking this route? Let's have a look. Well, I'm gonna see where this goes. We can go back if we need to. Whoa, it's some kind of shooting range. This should be interesting. Hey, Froggy. Whoa, that Froggy just jumped off onto an invisible wall. Suit yourself. There we go. Ooh. That was an easy 8 coins. Okay, Froggy, this is your last day on this planet. Holy shit, did I actually explode the frog? Where did it go? I did not know I could do that. I'm sorry, frog. What about the dragonflies? Can I blow them up? Hold still. I think I just moved it. I don't think I can explode them. Alright, I'm back at the beginning. So that was the little bonus part of the level, near the start. These guys are not that scary once you just get the timing right on them. They were really scary when I first encountered them though, because they're huge. Ooh, a diamond. Hey. Notice how they use coins a lot to direct you through the level, or to teach you to do certain moves against your enemies by just directing your motion to a particular place. And this is obviously very familiar to anyone who's played a Mario game. They always use coins to try and subtly direct you in the way they want you to go, in a way that will teach you how to explore better. Oh, this is cool. I'm inside the lighthouse, the windmill. Notice how that archway we just went through was just big enough for my head to fit through? which was much larger than Lucky actually requires to get through it, but this avoids them having to clip my head through the geometry. Although I'm not sure what would have happened if I was, you know, a little bit shorter, or a little bit taller rather. I guess it would have clipped through then. This part I recall being very difficult when I did the time trial, because climbing up here is a big pain. You don't want to just climb. Climbing's very slow. You want to avoid climbing at all costs. Oh shit, it's a new enemy. Fuck. Okay, I think I can grab these and throw them back at it. There we go. I did it! Okay. So far so good. Everything seems to be going pretty much perfectly. This is not a time to greet me, Lucky. You're on a mission. Do I want this heart? Do I care for it? I have 3 hearts as it is. I think I'll just leave it buried. Or maybe I'll just take the points. That's how confident I am. I just want those 50 points. Oh shit! Oh shit, I should have saved that heart after all. I didn't know there was a spiny hiding in these bushes. Holy shit. Okay, there we go. I pretty much make up my own names for the enemies, even though they do have proper names. If you get all the presents, you can learn their proper names. But I haven't collected them all, so a lot of them I still don't know. I know this guy is Buzzkill. Oh, I want that diamond! I hope I can still get it. I can, just barely. Gotta be careful when you destroy blocks. They might actually be important. Hey! Welcome to my other viewer. So, more people are gonna watch this in the archive, so I'm not stressed about a lot of people showing up for the stream. I do streams usually unannounced and usually at weird-ass times. So it totally makes sense that I'm not gonna have a lot of live viewers, but I'm glad that you guys can make it. Let me know any questions you have as I go, and hopefully everyone else will catch it in the archive. Ooh. Check out this waterfall. I cannot stare at the waterfall for too long, or Lucky will fall into the river. Alright. Lucky is really not very lucky. His name is misleading, considering that pretty much everything he does is pure skill. And getting his pig kidnapped was not very lucky either. Oh, these motherfucking guys. There, I got him. I got him. Not a scratch on me. That was a little tricky because a lot of those were right about to explode when I picked them up. Alright, I'm going inside. Another windmill. Oh wow, this one is tall as fuck. How am I ever gonna get up there? Gonna be a lot of climbing. It's another thing I love about VR platformers like this. It's just when you're climbing up this enormous structure, you can just look up and see everything you're going to encounter on the way up. And it can be daunting. It can be truly frightening to look up there and just see how high you have to go. And you know this whole time you're going to be on this precarious ledge, just hundreds of feet in the air. It's even worse in the time trials, trying to get up this windmill. When you have limited time and you have to avoid climbing because it's too slow, and try and just jump up everything and bounce off enemies, it's really difficult. Speaking of difficult, I want that big coin. Give it to me. Give it to me. There we go. Worth it. Worth it. Get down here, cube. Need to make it back up there. Is there anything up here? Oh, there is. Plenty of coins. Hey. Okay, I'm making progress. So that lever activates this platform, which gets me to the top. I think it's actually possible to skip some of this platform. Oh, big coins. Hey. Okay, get down here. Get back down here, platform. I need you. There we go. I love collecting, like, every coin. I don't know why. It's a compulsion. Alright, I'm getting closer to the top now. There's my way out. I'm gonna have gained a lot of elevation when I get out of here. Hey, Froggy. Ow! Stop that. Stop that and just die. I said die. Thank you. Honestly, amphibians these days. What are you gonna do? Oh yeah. 9 lives. Now I'm more like a cat than like a fox. I did it. It's the end. The balloon. I made it. Oh, and you can see the sunset over there. That's amazing. Alright, let's kill some frogs. Y'all know what's up. Boom. No problem. Okay. I think I've collected just about all there is to collect here. Let's go ahead and see if I can make my way up there. I have to climb the rolling logs, one of which has spikes, one of which has frogs. I'm not sure which of those is the more terrifying obstacle. Honestly, it's more the rolling that's the problem. Oh my god! Oh my god! Lucky! You just died like 2 feet from the balloon. Why was I so overconfident? You have suffered for my hubris. I'm so sorry. Okay, well this time we're gonna do it. This time we're gonna do it right. Don't you worry, Lucky. I got your back. Okay, one more try. Hi, Nick. That's okay. 11 is amazing. I will play 11 table tennis sometime. It has excellent physics. It's like basically just a realistic table tennis game, but it feels incredibly realistic, just like playing the real game. Because table tennis is one of those games where, because the ball is so small and light, it's fairly possible to just simulate the real feeling of a real ping pong ball on a real paddle. And so it feels amazing. I'll get more to that later. I definitely want to spend the whole stream on 11. Keep in mind I suck at table tennis, so it's not going to be impressive. But I will at least show you how it works. Okay, can I do this? Woo! 5,000! You get your ass out of there. We have won. And that's it. That's Twilight Towers. Let's open our gift. Ooh. Bombat. I get it. I get it. Everything's a pun. Everything has to be a pun with you. Alright, so that's gonna have to be enough for tonight. That was Twilight Towers. I've made it through 3 chapters in story mode, and 1 chapter in time trials and red coins. And next time, on part 2, which I'm going to do some other day, I will try and finish up story mode, or at least progress quite a bit more in it. And I will see if I can unlock all the levels, see if I can unlock all these gifts, all these trophies, and hopefully defeat the final boss and get my piggy friend back, because I am not cool with having my piggy bank stolen by a giant octopus, especially when that piggy bank is my best piggy friend. So that's all for today. Nick suggested 11. I will play that. Any other games you want to see me play, leave a comment, send me a message, do whatever you need to do. I will keep them all in mind. I'm making a mental list, and I'll come back to it. That is all for today. Thanks everyone for watching, and everyone have a great every day.